personal for a few minutes today. How is your diet and exercise going? I know. I told you we're going to get personal, and that's really personal because most of us, like, that question evokes like an immediate response of guilt or frustration. I hope it brings like affirmation and confidence because if I look back on what I ate yesterday, man, I had an amazing chocolate chip cookie, but is that what I needed? Now, here's why I'm asking this question. Your discipline to care for your body by diet and exercise is a heart of a disciplined believer, but also impacts the way I frame or see the world around me. Now, let me give you a little context, and then I want to offer some practical encouragement today. This past Sunday, in our sermon series on Second Wind Faith, we looked at the walls that close in on us as we unpacked part of the story in Hebrews 11, 29 through 31. As we see the children of Israel in their exodus, we see the walls of water as God split the seas in half and provided a way for them to escape. We see the walls of Jericho as they are doing exactly what God told them to do, but they had to overcome what seemed to be like a global superpower at the time. And we kind of played off of this thought of these walls that we face in life of crisis. Sometimes they're brought on by our own consequences of choice. Sometimes they are just part of an obstacle that we must overcome while we're doing exactly what God told us to do. And unfortunately, I think anytime we see an obstacle or a problem, we think there's sin, like we don't have enough faith. No, sometimes those moments are opportunities for the Lord to demonstrate His power, and we are exactly where we're supposed to be. More on that in the sermon. You could check it out. But one of the comments that I made Sunday that was just in passing, I want to unpack a little more today. I can't always control the walls I face. Oftentimes, though, my ability to see and respond to those walls is impacted by my personal care, my soul care, how I'm spending time in the Word, how I'm pursuing the Lord, how I'm caring for my body physically and emotionally impacts my ability to have a healthy perspective on the stresses that are coming at me, even the ones that are a byproduct of me being right where God's called me to be, or the byproduct of something that someone else has done, not assuming it's sin in my life. So, again, there's a layer or a thread of that we touched on in the sermon. I just simply want us to be mindful of today and ask some honest questions. What does your personal soul care and self-care look like right now in this season of life, regardless of how good or bad it has been in the past, irregardless of what you want it to be in the future? Let's talk about today. In this season of life, how would you grade or score your soul care? What I mean by soul care is your time in the Lord, with the Lord, your time reading the Word, in prayer. What does that normal rhythm and discipline look like for you? I would simply encourage you to pause and think about this. Don't wait until you're facing crisis to dig into the Word. In fact, make this part of your routine so that you're feeding and strengthening your soul so that you are stronger in a soul level. When crisis does come, you can respond according to the Spirit. There's a lot more that we could talk about there. If you have questions about how to develop that spiritual rhythm and routine every day, feel free to reach out to us. I would love to walk through with you what that healthy rhythm looks like. I want to spend a few more minutes today helping us see, though, even our physical self-care impacts our soul care. Yes, our body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, and we should take care of it. Believe it or not, Your diet and exercise routine or rhythm affects your spiritual health. Yes, it does. Um, we are made in the image of God, and our mind, our body, our soul are all so intricately woven together. So I encourage you to recognize like the discipline by which you consider what goes in your body with your diet, the discipline by which you consider how you burn stress in your exercise matters, and it impacts how you process stress emotionally and mentally, and that also impacts the frame how you view stress, how you handle crisis. So in other words, when walls come in my life, not by anything I'm on my own doing, it's just a product of life and culture and rhythm and crisis, God wanting to grow me. If I am in a more healthy place physically, I'm going to respond more appropriately to that crisis. If not, I might start stress eating. I might start not sleeping well. All these things play together. So there's the concept. Here's what I encourage you to consider. Maybe simply do this. Pay attention to what you eat. I'll be honest with you. I've gone through a multi-year kind of retraining my brain, and I still got a lot to learn. I struggle a lot in my diet, but for me, kind of the retraining of my brain simply started with me logging what I ate. I didn't choose to start a diet. I just simply started paying attention to what I was eating, and I downloaded an app, started logging everything I ate without changing anything. And I was shocked at how much I was eating. I didn't even know I was eating as unhealthily as I was. Maybe that's a way for you just to start. Why don't you spend the next week logging what you eat and just simply evaluating at the end of that week, do I need to make some changes or not? If you're not doing any form of exercise, why don't you just start going for a walk 3 times a week for 20 minutes? Just start something small. If you may need to reevaluate how frequently you work. I'm not telling us we all need to become marathon runners. I just simply want you to understand that your physical self-care impacts your soul care. They are connected. And ultimately, this shapes how I view the crisis that may come into my life, the walls that God may allow to come into my life. I want us to be able to face those with confidence, with courage, with endurance, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Let's don't wait until we're between a rock and a hard place to build the endurance physically, emotionally, and spiritually that we need ongoing every single day. Listen, I'm just scratching the surface. I'm just getting you to start thinking about something. Maybe the thing for you to do this week is to track your calories. Maybe the thing you need to do this week is turn off Netflix and get up and go for a 20-minute walk. Maybe the thing that you need to do this week is to seek accountability for someone to make sure that they have permission to ask you, are you spending time in the Word every day, feeding your soul, getting yourself in a position to more ably handle the stress that inevitably and invariably life is going to bring at you, so that we're in a better position to be healthy. Maybe you need to go to bed at a reasonable hour. What preacher, why are you talking about these things? Because they impact your spiritual health. I know that I told you this was going to be hard, but I encourage you to evaluate these things today and this week, and let me know how it goes. Check out our website. You may want to get in context from the sermon this past Sunday. Check out more information about who we are and how we can help. Email us. We'd love to carry on further conversations if it helps you grow to be who God has created you to be. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.